إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد صلاة دائمة مقبولة تعدي بها أن حقه العظيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الأمين المكين الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين غوث أعظم وملئ بأسر وسامة مدد قبلہ دی مدد کعبہ امام مدد قادریم نعرہ یا غوث اعظم بزنم دم الشیخ احمد رضا خان قطب عالم بزنم سیدی یا مرشدی شاہ مصطفیٰ زندہ باد مسلک سرکار اعلیٰ اعلیٰ حضرت زندہ باد یا الہی مسلک احمد رضا خان زندہ باد حفظ ناموں سے رسالت کا جو ذمہ دار ہے سیدی یا مرشدی شاہ مصطفیٰ زندہ باد حامل فیض رضائے مصطفیٰ امداد کن صلی اللہ علیہ النبی الأمی وآلہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم صلاۃ و سلام علیک یا سیدی یا سندی یا حبیبی یا طبیبی یا رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم وعلی آلک و اصحابک یا رحمۃ للعالمین. All praises due to Almighty Allah. Durud and salams upon the most perfect, exalted and glorified of Allah's creation, Sayyiduna wa Mawlana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Peace, blessings and salutations upon the Anbiya Ikram, Ahle Bayt Athar, Sahaba Ikram, Khulafa Rashidin, Tabi'in, Tabi' Tabi'in, Imam Mujtahideen, Awliya Kamilin, and all those who follow their path until the last day. We thank Almighty Allah for His infinite mercy and for the wasilah of the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam for blessing us with the opportunity to congregate for Salat al-JUMMAH and to prostrate in His most exalted court. Before continuing, let us all direct our hearts and our thoughts towards the holy court of the beloved Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and in doing so let us collectively recite the Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammadin wa ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammadin ma'adil judi wal karam wa alihi al-kiram wa abdil kareem wa barik sallim sallu alayhi صلاة وسلام عليك يا سيدي يا سندي يا حبيبي يا طبيبي يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Allah Almighty, by His divine grace and His mercy, has sent us upon this earth, making us Muslim, giving us the tawfiq and the honor to be in the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and thereby giving us the responsibility of fulfilling the right correctly, the right of Allah upon the servants, so that we may strive in Allah's ibadat, and so that we may strive in this world to reap the blessings of it in the hereafter. Last week we talked a bit about the importance of remaining in the company of the pious and the companionship of the pious and how it manifests and radiates in our lives. It is said that if a person keeps the company of the pious, then he will be blessed with the blessings of piety. And I said last week, Allah says in the Holy Quran, وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. In other words, Allah is commanding us to remain in the company of the pious here and in hereafter. And I explained last night, last Friday, I'm reiterating that how do you stay in the hereafter, in their company? It is said that if you are staying with the pious, your Ahle Majlis are pious, Allah-fearing, righteous people, then when you die, Allah will raise you amongst them. Allah will raise you amongst them. So, and not only that, do you know that when a person passes away, when he's about to leave this world, he's in his final stages of leaving this world, at that time his Ahl and Majlis is presented to him. The people that he kept company with are presented to him in a spiritual form before he leaves the world. And if he kept the company of righteous people, those kind of people are presented before him. And he kept the company of evil and sinful people, those kind of people will be presented. So even the time of death either becomes easy or difficult because of this. And then when you die and you go into the hereafter, into your qabr and the hashar, then Allah will raise you in the company of those with whom you were. So if we stay with the sadiqeen, with the righteous, with the truthful people in this dunya, Allah will raise us with the pious people in the hereafter. So you don't expect to stay in the company of sinful people and be risen amongst the pious. It's very important that what we do here impacts on our hereafter. Whatever you do here impacts on your hereafter. Whatever you do here should be, whatever good you do even, it should be for the pleasure of Allah and for the pleasure of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And to do this, why has Allah commanded us to be in the company of the pious? What is piety? Piety means to fear Allah. Taqwa means to be Allah fearing. So if a person stays and lives in the company of people who are Allah fearing, the first thing is that he will be protected from guna. He will be protected from from committing sins, from doing sinful acts, because he's staying in the company of Allah fearing people. So they will instill in him that fear of Allah Almighty. It's sad, it's unfortunate that to find truly pious people in this zamana is very difficult. You find, but it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. To find the truly pious has become very difficult, because as Qiyamah draws closer, this will become more and more difficult, because people will start becoming enslaved to the dunya. People will start becoming the slaves of the dunya. They will start doing everything for dunya. Even if they do something that is virtuous, many people do it because of name and fame, because of riyakari. So there's no barakat in it. Do you know that Sheikh Abu Abdullah Maghribi radiallahu, Sheikh Abu Abdullah Maghribi radiallahu, one of the great and very blessed pious servants of Allah, HAZRAT Sayyidi Abu Abdullah Maghribi radiallahu, he says, he makes a very small statement, a very short statement, a short quote that he gives. But the depth in that quote is immense. Hazrat Sayyidina Sheikh Abu Abdullah Maghribi says, if you serve the world, it will serve you. If you serve the world, it will serve you. What does it mean when he says it will serve you? And how do we serve the world? How will you serve the world? When you drown yourself in the dunya and everything you do is for the world. If you serve somebody, you do everything what is for them. So he says, if you serve the world will serve you. What does it mean? It will draw you in deeper. If you serve the dunya, the world, it will serve you, meaning it will draw you in deeper. But he said, if you abandon it, it will turn away from you. He said, if you abandon the dunya, it will turn away from you. And then not even the thought of dunya will pass in your heart. It may sound like a very short and a very basic statement, but it is a very deep statement. It is that advice which he is giving in that about us abstaining from materialistic and dunya we love. This is the biggest problem that hampers a person from going towards the path of piety, is that he is drowned, he is lost in the love of the dunya. Day and night is dunya. Everything is about dunya. If a person's deen is harmed, today very few people are very concerned about it. But if the dunya is harmed, you're concerned immediately. You panic. You are grief-stricken because your dunya is being lost. But when something to do with deen is being lost, then the care becomes very much less, unfortunately. And hence it is said that there are very, very, very few people amongst the masses that you will find who have this special and this true piety. And it is said that even if they are, to find them is difficult. They are hidden, many of them. Huzur Mufti Azam Hind, Ghawsul Waqt radiallahu anhu said, he said, Ahle gahle hai mashayikh aajkal. Ahle gahle hai mashayikh aajkal har gali, har gali. Ahle gahle hai mashayikh aajkal har gali. Behama wa bahama marde khuda milta nahi. Very, very deep. Ghawsul Waqt Huzur Mufti Azam Hind radiallahu anhu, Ghaws of his zamana. He says extravagantly, the so-called religious leaders of today are roaming in every place, distinct and integrated. The true servants of Allah we cannot find. He said it becomes very difficult to see somebody with that level of piety. You know, you listen to waqiyas about Zunnun Misri, radiallahu anhu. You listen about Bayazid Bustami. You listen about HAZRAT Sayyidina Maruf Karki. You listen about Imam Hassan Basri radiallahu anhu. You listen about Hazrat Sayyidina Imam Dawood Ta'i radiallahu anhu. And you see how they were. We read about their lives. We learn and read about Imam Abu Hanifa that would stand the entire night in Allah's ibadah. Where can you find today? You will not find the same. As time proceeds towards and progresses towards the last day, towards Qiyamah, you find this less and less. What is the reason for that? Because the world has swallowed us. These beloved servants of Almighty Allah, these true servants of Almighty Allah, whom Allah has commanded us to be with, to keep their company, look for righteous people. Strive, make the effort. If you strive for goodness, Allah will send the goodness towards you. If you strive to be in the company of the pious, Allah will put you in the company of the pious. So these pious and beloved servants of Allah, whom Allah has commanded us to be in their company, they are those whom Allah has given one very special blessing. And that is their hearts are pure. Their hearts are pure and they have reached such a rank, such a maqam in the court of Allah. See, today we look for rank in the dunya. There is a vast difference between us and the Allah-fearing people, the truly Allah-fearing people. That we look at which next level we reach in the dunya. Today the young generation wants to see which next level they reached on PlayStation, or on some game, or on some dunyawi thing. I ask, you are going to the next level or you are descending to a lower level? Ask ourselves the question. What is the benefit of that thing that your hands are attached to it, your eyes are locked in it, that you can't even hear the azan and cannot even read your fard? That's what it does. These things that we buy for our children and waste thousands and thousands of rands for the sake of this, to make sure that my child is pleased, we are the cause of their destruction. We are destroying their spirituality. We are destroying the core of their character, because we have taken them away from that which gives them closeness to Allah and His beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. The pious servants of Allah, they didn't only think about the world. They did what they needed to do here. They were in the dunya because they are in the dunya. But they lived in the dunya and they divorced themselves from the love of the dunya, which has become very difficult for us to do. These pious servants and the beloved servants of Allah, we are being commanded to stay in their company, because while they lived in the dunya, they were preparing for their hereafter. They were preparing for their hereafter. In everything that they did, they thought about the akhirat. You know, one very beautiful example I was reading of. some days back, was a very great personality, very pious servant of Allah. And Sayyidina Imam Abdul Rahman Jami radiallahu anh has explained his life and quoted him. His name is Sayyidi Abu Adyan radiallahu anh. Sayyidi Abu Adyan, Shaykh Sayyidi Abu Adyan radiallahu anh. Now, let me just tell you something about him quickly in a minute. He is regarded as one of the greatest Sufi masters of his time. Okay? He was known as Abul Hasan, his kunya was Abul Hasan, his title. And he was that person who used to debate with the atheists in that zaman. And none of them could stand against him. He used to live in Basra, and he was a contemporary of Hazrat Sayyidina Junaid al-Baghdadi radiallahu anhu. He was a contemporary of Sayyidina Junaid al-Baghdadi radiallahu anhu, and he took immense blessing from Hazrat Sayyidina Abu Sa'id al-Kharraz radiallahu anhu. Okay? So he was a very great alim. And you must know, you can't become a Sufi without being an alim. Because Junaid al-Baghdadi said, a bare ilm Sufi is the toy of shaitan. He'll change you in whichever direction you go. Ilm is necessary. Okay? So, this great personality, as said Abu Adyan radiallahu ta'ala, there's a beautiful short narration related to him. It is stated that when he would set out for Hajj, what you do when you set out for Hajj? He would set out for Hajj reciting the Labbaik. Labbaik, Allahumma Labbaik. Okay? I am present. Oh my Creator, I am present. He would leave his house, what he used to do? Reciting Labbaik. And meaning he would enter into the state of Ihram and he would leave home. He would leave home from his house with Ihram. And he would recite the Labbaik. But they say that when he completed his Hajj, and as he returned home from Hajj, he would very quickly start reciting Labbaik again. Bhai, when you're going for Hajj, it's understandable. Now you're returning home. When he used to go for Hajj, he used to recite Labbaik. But when he used to return home, he used to, as he's coming home and entering his house, he used to recite Labbaik, Labbaik. Oh Allah, I am present in your court. Oh Allah, I am present. Oh Allah, I am present. So the people stopped him. Some people, because he went for Hajj often, and somebody one day said to him that you are being, your method is irregular. Your method is irregular. You have already returned from Hajj, and you are still saying Labbaik. He replied, he's saying, now I am not saying the Labbaik for Hajj. He said, now I am not saying the Labbaik for Hajj. He said, rather I am saying Labbaik to him, meaning to the angel of death. I'm saying Labbaik to the angel of death, that I have now come purified from the court of Allah. I am present so that I can leave this dunya in this state and this exalted condition. Even when they came back, look at what they thought about. Look at what they thought about. Today, illa mashallah, except for those who do it sincerely, how many people come for Hajj and the next day you look at their condition and you're saying it's sad. Leave alone coming back. People are too busy with the television, even in the Haramain Tayyibain. 20 person walks into the Haram, he's never seen the Kaaba in his life. But his selfie stick is in his hand and his phone is in his hand. He wants to take a selfie of himself standing in front of the Kaaba. How foolish are we? That moment when your eye falls upon the Kaaba, whatever dua you make is accepted. But we waste that time. What is it? Why is this happening? Because people have started to stay away from the company of truly righteous and pious people. If they stayed with the righteous, they will know that is incorrect. They will know that is one of the greatest moments in my life. Whatever dua I make, Allah is going to accept it. But the pious servants of Allah are those, that they are those who looked at the Kaaba once and the ruh left their bodies. Their souls left their bodies. Why? Because when they looked at the Kaaba, at that time, what passed through their hearts, all the things that they have done in their life that were mistakes, all the errors that they had committed in life before they repented and became pious. It's something for us to think about. That if we're going to live this life the way we do, and we are not going to remind ourselves that there is something called accountability. We are all going to be held accountable. The day of accountability is on Maidan Hashr. When that one day is going to be equivalent to 50,000 years. When we're going to stand on the burning zameen with the sun one span above our heads, and we're going to answer in the court of Allah for whatever we did. Don't you think we should reflect? And I'm saying this, and the discussion I've kept on this is because Ramadan is around the corner. Ramadan is around the corner. Make sure on the 29th of this month you go out and you sight the moon, try to look for the moon. It is a grand sunnah of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it is also wajib in these months to go out and search for the moon. Make an effort, and inshallah, if it is sighted, we will commence Ramadan the day after, if not one day after. But the month of Ramadan is right here. It's on our doorstep. Each one of us, I'm not saying to you, I'm saying to myself first. Each one of us should look within ourselves. Each one of us should soul search. Each one of us should take stock of our spiritual condition. Look within yourself and ask yourself. I must ask myself. You must ask yourself, Ramadan is coming. Am I ready to welcome this holy month? When you have a guest, the host must be worthy of having that guest in his home. What is our condition today? Before it comes, repent sincerely. Don't say, I will wait for Ramadan to come, then I'll make tawbah and I'll change. You may never see Ramadan, I may never see it. The awliya have said that death comes to you so soon that you raise your foot from the ground, before you put it down again, Malak al-Maut can come. You raised your foot from the ground, picked up your feet to walk, to take a step. Before you put it down again, the angel of death can come to you. Why do we delay good things? We never delay other things in life. But we want to do something virtuous, we delay. The pious people, the old people used to say, don't ever delay virtue. If you can't do it immediately, make the intention of doing it. You will be rewarded for it. Allah give us tawfiq and khair to understand. May we understand that the holy month of Ramadan is upon us. It is soon to come to us. Wednesday night is the eve of the sighting of the moon. Is Wednesday night, right? Yeah. 29th of this month, Islamic month. And then thereafter, whatever happens, we will continue the month of Ramadan. But it's upon us. Let's prepare ourselves quickly. We have few days. Let's prepare ourselves. Let's train our hearts as much as possible. So when the month of Ramadan does come, you will reap all His blessings. Okay? Allah give us tawfiq and khair. May Allah protect the lives, the honor, the iman, the wealth of the Ahl Sunnah throughout the world. Special dua again for the Sunni Muslims of Palestine. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon them. May Allah make this Ramadan easier for them than the last one. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us with firmness in deen and iman, and keep us in His love and the love of His beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Special dua for all those that have passed away in Ahl Sunnah. Allah exalt them in Jannat al-Na'im. Those that are ill or going through any calamity or difficulty, Allah Ta'ala remove them from the calamities and from their difficulties. Allah keep us with iman. Let us leave this world with iman. Also do not forget that tonight is the monthly Noori Mahfil, 6 p.m. Imam Mustafa Raza Research Center, 28 Clayton Road. Program thereafter Niyaz. It's including the Urs of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa and Isala Sahab for the marhums of the Ahl Sunnah. So please try and join 6